What's up everyone? I am Jamie with Three Little Goats Homestead, and today we are in my tiny kitchen because we are doing another holiday homestead how-to. So today we are going to be making homemade marshmallows, and we're doing a little spin on it because we are going to actually use marshmallow root, which was one of the original things used in marshmallows. So I will have a full blog post linked down below about marshmallow root and all the good things it offers. But in this video, we're going to focus on making the marshmallows. For this recipe, you're going to be needing water, which I actually infused my marshmallow root into yesterday, so it's been sitting overnight. If you don't have marshmallow root, that's perfectly fine. You can just use plain water. We're also going to need to use sugar because it is marshmallow. We're going to need some gelatin. I am using beef gelatin. Any gelatin would be fine. You also need some salt and some vanilla extract. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is strain off half a cup of my infusion. And we're going to use this to bloom our gelatin. So I've got my mixing bowl, I've got my gelatin, I'm going to pour that in. And even though I've strained it through that, I'm going to go ahead and pour it through a cheesecloth just to make sure I get all of the plant matter out. It doesn't really matter too much, but some people prefer to have all of it out. So I'm going to just let this go through my cheesecloth, and we're going to let this bloom, and while it is doing that, we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so while that is blooming, we're going to go ahead and put our cheesecloth back over. I've got the remaining amount of my infusion, and then pour this into my heavy bottom pot. We're going to let all of that goodness come through. And then we're going to add in all of our sugar. And we're going to move this over to the stove so we can start making our simple syrup. So we're going to just heat this over medium-low heat until all the sugar is dissolved, and then we'll turn the heat up a little bit. And we're going to bring this up to 240 degrees Fahrenheit. And then once that comes up to temperature, we'll be ready to start making our marshmallow. While this is coming to temp, we are going to prepare our pan. Now I am just going to rub my pan with my butter, and if you want, you can use a cooking spray, just something non-stick. Whatever you have on hand is fine. We're going to make sure everything is nice and coated, and then we're going to give this a light dusting with potted sugar. Alright, we are at temp, so now we're going to move over to the mixer. Gelatin in here bloomed. I'm going to start getting this mixed up while I get my simple syrup. Now you're going to want to be really careful with this because it is hot. You're going to want to start pouring your sugar in fairly slowly. And we're going to let this mix on low for a few minutes. While it's still fairly warm, I'm going to add my salt. And then I'm going to bring this up just a smidge. And we're going to add in our vanilla. And we're going to continue to mix this until it is uniform in color. It's white, light, and fluffy. So once we get to that stage, I'll bring you back. All right, so our marshmallow is done. Our marshmallow is done. It is light and fluffy, and it is ready to be transferred into our bowl. This is the best part. Save it for yourself. Okay, and then we're just going to plop that into our prepared pan. Now, if you wanted to jazz this up a little bit, you can add a little bit of cinnamon to it, which is one of my favorite things to add to marshmallow. Oh, so good. You can drizzle this with some melted chocolate, or you can just keep it as is. All right, and then we're just gonna let these set up for a few hours, so when they are ready to be cut, I'll bring you guys back. All right, so it's been a few hours and our marshmallows are set. If you have an aversion to messes, this may not be the best project for you because the sugar gets everywhere. So I am going to dust the top of this with more powdered sugar so we can get this without being stuck to everything. And then I'm going to use a bowl of more powdered sugar once we start cutting them. And then I have a knife that I have coated with some oil. We're going to try to get this out without making a giant mess. So we're just going to grab the corner, knife out of the way, and get this moved to the cutting board. Go ahead and tap all that extra powdered sugar in there. And I'm just going to coat these guys in some more powdered sugar so we can get them packaged up. And then once I clean all my mess, I'll bring you guys back. Look how squishy those are. Alright, so to package these up, I'm just using these food grade bags. I have to use my impulse sealer to seal these, but that's fine. So I'm just going to get these bagged up, and then I also printed off some labels that I just designed up in Canva, which will also be on the blog post if you want to use those. So we're just going to get these guys bagged up. And once I get them sealed and labeled, I'll bring you guys back. Alright y'all, so our marshmallows are all labeled and they are ready to go. I do like to make a few different flavors for my holiday gift bags, so I'll be doing that. And the great thing about marshmallow is you can make it up to a week in advance and it'll still be perfectly fine. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We put out new videos every single week. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, honey.
Hi.
Good times. Bye.